This is a 2017 Toyota 86 Limited Edition, Toyota's most track-inspired 86 still to this day. With only 60 of these things made for the entire country, good luck trying to find one, especially as clean of an example like this. The 86 Limited Edition was and still is the most expensive and exclusive 86 ever to be sold on the Australian market, at $4.5 grand more than the base GTS, which this car was based off of. Today, if you're lucky enough to find one of these for sale, expect to still pay what they cost brand new, around the $40K mark. So is this car really worth that big price tag? And is it even that special over a regular GTS? Well, yes it is. And today, I'm going to show you why. Now, I'm not going to bore you with all the history and the makeup of the 86 in this video, because I'm sure if you're watching, you've seen plenty of videos already about the normal 86 and you know a decent amount already. I just want to keep this video super simple into the fact of what's different between the Toyota 86 Limited Edition versus your regular old boring 86. So today I'm going to show you around the 86 Limited Edition. I'm going to show you some of its interesting quirks and cool features, and then I'm going to get in it and go for a little drive, finding out what makes this 86 Limited Edition just so special. So starting with the first quirk on the 86 Limited Edition, it's got to be this crazy paint color. It's called Solar Orange, and I think it looks very cool. Seeing this thing up close in the right light, it looks super attractive and very exotic. Also to mention is that all 60 of these limited editions were all painted this exact same crazy hot orange color. Pretty cool. Another interesting thing about the 86 Limited Edition is that the spoiler and both of your side mirrors are all done in this nice black trim, giving it a really nice sporty look. Just coming down to the wheels on the 86 Limited Edition, it's running 17-inch alloy wheels in a unique 10-spoke design. And underneath the wheels here, we have upgraded brakes on all fours with 4-piston Brembos at the front and 2-piston Brembos at the rear. So just coming down to the front of the 86 Limited Edition, the engine's been untouched. It's still running the 2-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder boxer engine, pumping out 205 horsepower and 156 pound-feet of torque. Another crazy quirk about the 86 Limited Edition is you lift up the hood and you take a look in here, and the entire engine bay is all unpainted. It's as if this car was white originally, and last minute they've decided to quickly spray it orange. The overspray in here as well is pretty ridiculous. I'm really not sure why Toyota did it this way, but that's the way they did it. Just something that's quite comical here on the Limited Edition. As this is a Toyota, you come under the engine bay and you can see quite a few Subaru stamps around here. Now obviously they are a joint venture vehicle where they do make BRZs and they make 86s, and the engine is based off the Subaru, so I guess it's not totally uncommon, but it's just kind of weird seeing a Subaru badge on a Toyota vehicle. So the owner of this 8.6 limited edition has put in a few minor upgrades, obviously. Under the engine here, you can see that there's some aftermarket TRD strut bracings in here. And also in the rear, we've got an aftermarket TRD quad exhaust system. So inside the 8.6 limited edition, you'll notice straight away it has all these nice Alcantara bits on the side of the door, on the dash, even on the seats in here. With all this beautiful orange stitching. It's everywhere in here. You've got leather padding on the door here as well, next to the speaker. Leather padding in here, just off the center console. And it really gives it an upscale feel in here. So in the center here, we have two buttons. We've got a track mode, and we have your traction control off. Hitting the track mode will allow the car to be pushed a little bit more to the extremes, go out that little bit extra before it turns on your stability. Turning traction control off basically means you're on your own. Also in the 8.6 limited edition, we've got sort of this fake carbon fiber along sort of the center dash console here, and even on the door panels next to the window switches, which give it that racy feel as well. Door pockets, you've got enough space for a drink on either side. Coming into the center console here, we have no lid. It's just sort of you got an interchangeable cup holder here, and basically just a big space that you can use for basically whatever you want. So just coming into the middle of the console here again, as you can see, this is a 6-speed manual, very nice. Actually, all 60 of these cars were all made as a manual. Not one 8.6 limited edition was an automatic, which is very cool. Very good job, Toyota. Also in here, we've got heated seats. You've got one for each passenger here. We have a low function and a high function. So in the 8.6 limited edition, we also have an upgraded stereo system that is taken from the CHR from Toyota's lineup. So it gives you more features. It's definitely better than the one that came in the regular 8.6. It's not perfect, but it's definitely better. Just another thing I want to mention in the 8.6 limited edition is just your rear view mirror in here. I've got to say, it looks pretty sharp. It's got no border on it at all. Just looks like a solid piece of glass sticking up there and gives it kind of a really cool look. So now comes the time that you've all been waiting for. Is me trying to get into these back seats. So here we go. So I'm in the back now. Headroom, zero headroom. Feet, legs, zero leg room. You pull this back. If you could get it back to the normal seating position, there's no way you're gonna be sitting back here. It's nice to have back seats, but these are really only used for emergencies and storage. So, driving the 8.6 limited edition. Already this thing is just like a little go-kart. And I'm really impressed actually. It's actually not as slow as I thought. You definitely got to work for the power in this thing, but it's fun. And the handling is superb. Cornering in this thing, I just feel like this is rock solid. Oh yeah, and the brakes are excellent. Brakes are really good. Yeah, okay, it's a rough ride, but it's a track car. You got to understand that. And I mean, it's perfectly acceptable if you know what you're getting yourself into. I don't feel like it's crazy slow. Like, if I just drop a gear here, step on it. Okay, it takes a little while to get there, but man, is this thing fun doing it. Like, this thing is fun to do it. And I think that's really the whole point of these cars, is like, you gotta work to get the power, and it's enjoyable. It's enjoyable to get the power out that way. You know, this is the whole argument that people go, oh, it's so slow, there's no turbo. Doesn't matter, there's no turbo. This thing is just a raw sports car, naturally aspirated, 2-door, rear-wheel drive, low slung, fun to fucking drive. Stepping on the gas, yeah, you're not breaking any records, but this 6-speed, throwing the gears, launching, it's just so fun. Absolutely so much fun. A few things that are a little bit annoying. I'd love to have a proper armrest here. Not having a proper armrest here is kind of annoying. My arm isn't totally comfortable. Also, they've got padding all on the side of the console down here, but my leg is currently like resting up against that, and it's still quite hard. It's not really that comfortable. They could have done a better job padding that, but I mean, it's quite minor. Now, I'm gonna just go to the beans right now. Oh yeah. Now, this isn't my car, so I'm not gonna thrash it around all day, but giving it a nice little test like that, this thing exceeded my expectations. Definitely exceeded my expectations. You've also got a little shift light on the dash here that'll flash red once you're at optimal shifting time, which is great. A lot of people that would buy this particular car would really want the best of the best, and they'd want to go to track days and events and that. And this car is perfect for that. It really is. Like, and for the money, I don't know many other cars you could have this much fun in. And it's satisfying to shift, super fun, putting a smile on my face. I gotta say, I love this car. I do. I love the tack, how it's right in the middle of the gauge. I love how you have your little track apps and the LCD screen next to it. And I really thought I would be a bit nervous because this has quite thin tires going around at high speeds. And honestly, this thing just soaks up the corners like you wouldn't believe. Like, this has the upgraded dampers like the Subaru BRZ S version has. The German Satch, I don't know how you spell it, I'll put it on the screen right now. It has those dampers, and man, does this thing grip. No body roll at all. Like, the body roll is so minuscule. The shifter is phenomenal. Short throws, very satisfying shifts. Thumbs up, Toyota, thumbs up. So, you've really got to work 4,500. It's struggling, getting over 5, 5.5, coming into 6. Now it starts to kick up. You got to work for it, but it's satisfying. That's the whole point of this car. You know, a lot of people, they want it to just go 0 to 60 in like 2 seconds, whatever. And yeah, that's great and whatever, but this thing is satisfying to me because you can run through all the gears, really push the car to the max, have a huge smile on your face, and you're still not breaking the speed limits like crazily, you know? You can really use all of this car, and that's the biggest draw, I think, the biggest gain, sorry, to me, is that you can use the whole thing, and it's extremely fun to use it. And honestly, I don't need a sport mode, I don't need anything. The way this car runs, as it is right now, you know, it's perfect the way it is. So that's the 2017 Toyota 86 Limited Edition. It's fun and nimble, really connecting you to the road and giving you that driving experience we all really want. It looks better, it feels better, it just is all around better than a regular GTS. If only they had made some minor performance upgrades in this car, I think it would have been really untouchable. But then, I guess that's the whole idea behind the 86, is that it's really fun because it's not crazy, stupid fast. All the power is usable and it really makes you work to get the speed. And in its own way, that's really satisfying. Now, if you were to compare the limited edition versus a regular GTS, of course, the limited edition is going to win. But really only minorly, as these are really very similar cars. And if you minus the interior upgrades and some of the exterior upgrades, you can really only tell the difference when you're really pushing this car out to the max. Now, if you're someone who's not really into track days and you're not crazy about the performance numbers, getting a base GTS or even a GT would be perfect for you. On the other hand, if you're a guy who wants the best of the best, wants to track your car, really wants to get the best numbers possible, then the 86 Limited Edition is king. You expect to see a number... Actually, I've just noticed another quirk right here. You see Subaru on here? Stamp Subaru.